Hello, my name is Jisoo, and I'm reading Master Dōgen's Shōbōgenzō, and we are halfway through Tashintsu, which is the power to know others' minds. And we started off with a little story about Master Echu, the national master, interviewing Daini Sanzo. Sanzo claims to know others' minds. The first time the master asks him about it, he says he's on the West River watching a boat race. The second time he asks him, Sanzo says he's on a bridge watching someone play with a monkey. The third time, he doesn't know where the master is. And then we had five other masters, Jōshū-gensō, Kaiōzan, Shutan, and Gensa, who gave their opinions about that little interaction. And now Dōgen is giving his opinions about their opinions. For each of the five venerable patriarchs to have thought, on the contrary, that the first two times Sanzo knew the situation of the national master is greatly mistaken. The national master is a Buddhist patriarch. Sanzo is a common man. How could we even discuss a meeting between the two of them? First, the national master says, "Tell me where the old monk is now." There is nothing hidden in this question. It contains a clearly manifest expression of the state. That Sanzo does not know it is not. That Sanzo does not know it is. That Sanzo does not know it is not his fault. Sorry, just stuck on this. That Sanzo does not know. Does not know it is not his fault. Does not know it. Does not know the state. That Sanzo does not know it is not his fault. That the five venerable patriarchs neither hear nor see it is a mistake. The national master has said already, "Where is the old monk just now?" He never says, "Tell me where the old monk's mind is just now." He does not say, "Where are the old monk's thoughts just now?" What he says is an expression of the state which is extremely necessary to observe and to inspect. Nevertheless, the five venerable patriarchs neither know nor see it. They neither hear nor see the national master's expression of the state, and for that reason they do not know the body and mind of a national master. Because one in whom there is the expression of the state is called national master, and because one who lacks expression of the state cannot be a national master. Moreover, they cannot recognize that the national master's body-mind is beyond big and small and beyond self and others. They seem to have forgotten that he possesses the brains and possesses the nostrils. Though the national master has no time free from practice, how could he intend to become Buddha? Therefore, we should not expect to meet him by referring to Buddha. The national master already possesses the body-mind of the Buddha Dharma. We cannot fathom it through mystical powers and practice and experience, and we cannot suppose it by means of transcending thought and forgetting involvements. It has never hit by thinking or non-thinking. The national master is beyond having the Buddha nature, is beyond not having the Buddha nature, is beyond the body of space. The state of the national master's body-mind is utterly beyond recognition. In the present lineage, from the order of Sokai, besides Saigen and Nengaku, only the national master Daisho is such a Buddhist patriarch. Now, I would like to test and to defeat each of the five venerable patriarchs. Joshu says that because the national master is right on Sanzo's nostrils, Sanzo does not see him. This expression has no meaning. How could the national master be right on Sanzo's nostrils? Sanzo has never had nostrils. If we affirm that nostrils are present in Sanzo, then the national master, from his side, should meet with Sanzo. A meeting of the national master and Sanzo, if we affirm that there is one, may simply be a pair of nostrils facing a pair of nostrils. Footnote. Nostrils in this paragraph symbolizes firstly the vigorous Buddhist state, which Sanzo lacks, and secondly means an ordinary pair of nostrils, which Sanzo has. Similarly, miru, to meet or to see, firstly suggests mutual realization between Buddhas, and secondly, two people meeting each other. I like that link between meeting and seeing. What was it in Avatar? They said, I see you, meaning that. Now, we're on to him. Yes, a pair of nostrils facing a pair of nostrils, that's right. Sanzo cannot really meet with the National Master at all. No. Gensa says, simply because of being enormously close. Certainly his enormously close can be left as it is, but still he missed the point. What is enormous closeness? I guess that Gensa has never known enormous closeness or experienced enormous closeness. The reason is, if asked, is that he knows only that in being enormously close there is no seeing each other, but he does not know the mutual realization is enormous closeness itself. So, Master Dōgen's affirming Gensa's comment as meaning that Sanzo could not see what was right there in front of him, right there in front of his nose. But Gensa only recognized the situation, for example, in a tightly packed crowd when two people don't notice each other because they're too close to each other. Seeing each other and mutual realization, again, are the same characters, so ken. We can say that in regard to the Buddha Dharma, he is the furthest of the far. To describe only the third time as enormously close would suggest that the state of the first two times were enormously distant. Now let us ask Gensa, what do you call enormously close? Are you describing a fist? Are you describing the eye? From now on, do not say anything is seen in the state of... Do not say that nothing is seen in the state of being enormously close. Kaiozan says, the first two times the master's mind is concerned with external circumstances. Then he enters the samadhi of receiving and using the self, and so Sanzo does not see him. Kaiozan! Though you live in an eastern land, you have extended your acclaim as a lesser Shakyamuni even to India in the west. Nevertheless, your words now contain a great error. The mind that is concerned with external circumstances and the samadhi of receiving and using the self are not different. I'm going to repeat that sentence. It's so fundamental. The mind that is concerned with external circumstances, your busy mind, your day-to-day mind, your mind on 1,000 things, and the samadhi of receiving and using the self, that incredible tranquil state that you manage to get to in Zazen, are not different. Therefore, you should not say that Sanzo did not see because of the difference between the mind that is concerned with external circumstances and the state of receiving and using the self. That being so, though you proffer a reason based on the difference between the state of receiving and using the self and the mind that is concerned with external circumstances, your expression is not an expression at all. If you say, when I enter the samadhi of receiving and using the self, other people cannot see me, then the state of receiving and using the self can never experience the state of receiving and using the self, and there can be no practice and experience. Kaiozan! If you understand that Sanzo really believes that he sees where the National Master is in the first two times, you are not yet a person who is learning Buddha. In short, Daini Sanzo neither knows nor sees where the National Master is, not only the third time, but also the first two times. And if you are, as the above expression suggests, Sanzo is not the only one who does not know the situation of the National Master. We might say that Kaiozan also has never known the situation of the National Master. Now I will ask you, Kaiozan, where is the National Master just now? And at that moment, if Kaiozan makes to open his mouth, I will at once let out a yell. Gensa chides Sanzo, saying, "Have you seen the National Master at all, even the first 2 times?" The present utterance, "Have you seen at all, even the first 2 times," sounds as if it says what needs to be said, but Gensa should study his own words. The excellence of this remark is as it is. At the same time, it's not right, because it seems only to suggest that Sanzo's seeing is like not seeing. So Master Dōgen is interested in whether or not Sanzo could see where the National Master was right there in front of him. Hearing the above, Juken, Zen Master Mayokaku of Sechuzan Mountain, says, "I am defeated, I am defeated." When we have seen Gensa's words as the truth, we should say this. But when we do not see Gensa's words as the truth, we should not say this. Kai Shutan says, if the National Master is right on Sanzo's nostrils, what difficulty could Sanzo have in seeing him? Above all, it has not been recognized that the National Master is inside Sanzo's eyeballs. This again discusses only the third time. It does not criticize Sanzo as he should be criticized for never having seen at all, even the first 2 times. How could Kai recognize that the National Master was on Sanzo's nostrils or inside his eyeballs? If he speaks like this, I must say that he has never heard the National Master's words. Sanzo has never had nostrils or eyes. Even supposing that Sanzo were to maintain and rely upon eyeballs and nostrils of his own, if the National Master came and entered those nostrils and eyeballs, Sanzo's nostrils and eyeballs would each instantly be split apart. Having been split apart, they would not be a haunt of the National Master. None of the 5 venerable patriarchs knows the National Master. The National Master is an eternal Buddha through all the ages and a Tathagata for all the world. He has clarified and received the authentic transmission of the Buddha's right Dharma eye treasury and has securely retained black bead eyes. Footnote, the black spherical seeds of the fruit of the Aphananthe aspera. Each seed is about the size of a pupil. Gen means eyeball. Retaining black bead eyes means remain balanced and therefore detached. He passes the authentic transmission to the Buddha of himself, and he passes the authentic transmission to the Buddha of others. He has already experienced the same state as Shakyamuni Buddha, and yet he is investigating the state simultaneously with the 7 Buddhas. At the same time, he has experienced the same state as all the Buddhas of the 3 times. He has realized the truth before Emptiness King. He has realized the truth after Emptiness King. And he has realized the truth in the same state as, and just in the time of, the Buddha Emptiness King. Footnote, a name of a legendary eternal Buddha who ruled the world during the Kalpa of Emptiness, i.e. the eternal past. The National Master has always seen the Saha world as his national land. At the same time, the Saha world is not necessarily present within his world of Dharma and not necessarily present within his whole universe in 10 directions. And Shakyamuni Buddha, as the ruler of Saha nations, neither usurps nor restricts the national land of the National Master. Just as, for example, former and latter Buddhist patriarchs each have countless realizations of the truth, but they neither detract from nor restrict each other. The situation is like this because former and latter Buddhist patriarchs' realization of the truth are restricted, in each case, by realization of the truth itself. With Daini Sanzo's failure to know the National Master as evidence, we should decisively affirm the principle that Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas people of the small vehicle, do not know the periphery of a Buddhist patriarch. We should clarify and learn the National Master's intention in scolding Sanzo as follows. Even if the National Master himself scolded Sanzo for knowing his situation the first 2 times and only failing to know the 3rd time, that would be meaningless. To know 2/3 of the whole is to know the whole itself. Sanzo does not deserve to be scolded for being like that. If he were scolded, it would not be for failing to know completely. Sanzo's attitude is an insult to the National Master. If the National Master scolded Sanzo on not being recognized only the 3rd time, who could believe in the National Master? With the ability that had been able to know the first 2 times, Sanzo might scold the National Master. The National Master's intention in scolding Sanzo is this. He scolds Sanzo for totally failing all 3 times, from the outset, to know the National Master's situation, his thoughts, and his body-mind. He scolds Sanzo for having never seen, heard, or learned the Buddha Dharma at all. With this intention, from the 1st time to the 3rd time, he questions Sanzo with the same words. At the first try, Sanzo says, "Master, you're a teacher of the whole country. Why have you gone to the West River to watch a boat race?" Addressed thus, the National Master never agrees. "Yes, Sanzo, you truly recognize the situation of the old monk." He only repeats the question again and again, 3 times. Failing to recognize and failing to clarify this fact, old veterans in all directions, for several centuries since the time of the National Master, have delivered comments and set forth theories at random. The comments of each past individual are wholly irrelevant to the original intention of the National Master, and they do not accord with the fundamental teaching of the Buddha Dharma. It is pitiful that the old drills of the past have each blundered on in error. Now, if we say that there is the power to know others' minds in the Buddha Dharma, there must be the power to know others' bodies, there must be the power to know others' fists, and there must be the power to know others' eyes. That being so, there must be the power to know our own mind, and there must be the power to know our own body. If the state is like this already, self-command of our own mind may be nothing other than the power to know our own mind. When expressions like this are realized, the state may be the power to know others' minds, which naturally emerges from the self itself and from the mind itself. Now let us ask, is it right to command the power to know others' minds, or is it right to command the power to know our own minds? Speak at once, speak at once. Setting that aside, we can conclude that "you have got my marrow" is just the power to know others' minds. Shōbōgenzō, Tashintsu, preached to the assembly at Daibutsuji Temple in Etsu on the 4th day of the 7th lunar month in the 3rd year of Kangen, 1245. Thanks for listening. Take care.